With checkboxes, the user can select multiple items, but sometimes we want to limit the user to select only a single item. In these cases, we can either use a drop-down list or radio buttons. So let me show you how you can implement something like this. We start by defining an input of type radio. Now, the name attribute is used for grouping multiple radio buttons. So here we can have two radio buttons for silver and gold. Somewhere else on this page, we might have another group of radio buttons for colors. So using the name attribute, we can group multiple radio buttons. So I'm going to call this group membership. And I'm going to give this the ID of silver. Now, right next to that, we're going to add a label with the class of label-inline. And we're going to associate this label with our silver radio button. Now let's type the label, that's silver, good. So here's what we get, a single radio button. Now, quite often, we want to wrap these elements inside a container like div, so we can stack them vertically. So I'm going to add a div here. Then I'm going to duplicate this entire structure. For our second radio button, I'm going to set the ID to gold. I'm going to put it in the same group for membership. Next, we should change the value of the for attribute and the label. So we have two radio buttons in the same group. Now, only one of these radio buttons can be selected. So this is how we can display radio buttons. Now, similar to checkboxes, if you want to pre-select a radio button, we can use the checked attribute. Now the first item is selected. We also have disabled. So now we cannot select this item. So this is all about radio buttons. Next, we're going to talk about range selectors.